Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
So, dear participants, good morning to all. Today is the sixth day of our online FDP on Next Generation Cybersecurity. It's my privilege to introduce Dr. J. Banumathi, Assistant Professor, Selection Grade in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at University College of Engineering in Nagercoil. She has been serving in academia since 2009 and has earned her PhD in Computer Science and Engineering from Anna University. Dr. Banumathi's research interests include wireless networks, security, image processing, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and optimization techniques. She has published several research papers in reputed journals, conference proceedings, and book chapters, and has received notable citation for her research contributions. She is actively involved in research and academic development and is currently leading funded research projects in the areas of artificial intelligence and healthcare applications. She has also coordinated various faculty development programs and serves on various institutional committees, contributing significantly to academic excellence and student development. With her extensive teaching experience, strong research background, and commitment to innovation in computer science, Dr. J. Banumathi continues to inspire students, researchers, and faculty members alike. We are delighted to have her with us today and are confident that her session will be both insightful and enriching. Let us, I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So very happy to part of this FDP. So I hope that this is your last day. So for the last 5 days, so you got many ideas about the next gen AA.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am.
Yes.
Participants, kindly switch on your video to take photo session.
Banumathi ma'am. Banumathi ma'am. Please stop sharing the screen. We have to take screenshot of the participants. Okay, thank you ma'am. Thank you all.
Ma'am, shall I continue? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
Okay. So very good morning to all. So this is the last day of your next gen FDP. So hope that you studied, you learned so many things about your cyber security. So how the AI evolved in that. So today is the day. So you are also get more knowledge about how the AI supports our cyber security. So I'll try to give my best. So today my topic is the future of AI in cybersecurity. So in this topic, so we are going to see some practical examples of how artificial intelligence is shaping defense, detection, and risk. So over today and over the next 5 years. Okay. So because without AI we can't serve. So this is the things we are facing nowadays. So without phone, the people can't live. Following that, without AI, the people can't live. So that is the main thing of the AI. So how the AI growth in the world. So that is the beauty of AI. So how AI will applied in that cyber security. So how we have to provide secure to the data. So cyber security is nothing but, so already you people are known about cyber security or network security. So day by day, so we are we are sending many data. So whether the data may be a confidential data, whether it is very useful data. So the data is important for each and every person. So we need to provide security to our data. So the data communication should be a secured communication. So whether the sender sends to the data to the receiver, it will be in a secured way. The data reach to the receiver. So we are not aware of that. So, but anyhow, we are thinking that our data is safely communicated to the person. Okay. So according to that, so we believe that our data is safe. So the main goal of the network security or cyber security is three important things. One is confidentiality, another one is availability, then integrity. Okay. So the confidentiality, so the data should be confidential to the person. So who belongs to the data or who is the origin of the data. Then availability, so whenever the important data or secret data need to be seen by the origin of the, that is authentic person, sender or the receiver, the data should be available. So that is nothing but availability. So then integrity, so for the integrities, so any modification or any updations, so that we have to do in the data, so that will be done with the support of only the authorized person. So whether it may be a authentic sender or authentic receiver. So for example, so for this FDP, we can say I am the authentic sender, you people are the authentic receiver. So none other than the person can participate or can attend this FDP, right? So I hope that this is a secure communication. So none of the hackers or attackers will enter into this FDP and make some problems. Okay. So that is the main thing we should have nowadays. So I am saying, so this is a simple communication. This is a simple FDP. So nothing worry about the, suppose an unauthorized person or unknown person entered and attended the FDP. Suppose they want to know the content and so on. Okay. Suppose if the communication is a very important communication, so if the conversation is a very important conversation, the hackers enters into that particular time. So what happens? The entire data may reveal. Okay, so we need to provide security. So for that, the number of security algorithms were designed. So whether it may be symmetric algorithms or asymmetric algorithms, you all know about the symmetric algorithms and asymmetric algorithms. So based on the key values, so which is used at the side of the encryption and the decryption, the classification, that is symmetric and asymmetric algorithms are designed. So main important thing, so in addition to that, the security algorithms, we are using hashing for providing authentications, as well as some, we have to use some digital signature techniques. So what is the use of that? So we have to provide more secure. Okay, so that is the beauty of your network security. So already we are having so much amount of algorithms for providing security. Then what is the need of AI? So that is the important question here. Okay. So our security teams are now outnumbered. So that will be changes with the support of that number will be changes with the support of AI. So for example, so 3.4 million unfilled cybersecurity roles worldwide. Okay, so that will be widening each and every year, every day. So the thing will be large. So we need to provide more security to the data. Then 277 average days to identify and contain a breach without AA tools. So for example, if some problems occur, if some malfunction occurred, so how many days we need without the AA tools? 277 days, average days to identify and contain a breach without AA tools. And 74 percentage the faster breach, so which contain, so with the support of the AI tools. Okay, so with the support of AI tools, we have to faster. So where the breaches occurs, where the problem occurs, we can easily find out the things. Okay. So next we'll see some basic things about cybersecurity and AI, and then we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so cybersecurity, all knows the definition. So set of technologies, the processes, practices to detect and defend networks, devices, software, and data from attack. So, damage and unauthorized access. So, we have to protect our data, our process. So, everything, okay, all the devices, softwares from attack, damage, or unauthorized access. So that the cyber security, so which becoming complex, so because of the exponential growth of the interconnecting devices. So interconnecting devices means without internet, without the mobile, without the support of the cloud, so we can't live nowadays, right? So we have to face such a complex situations day by day. So that your cyber security becomes in the state of the complex. Okay, so we need more uh, safe and secure tools for the cyber security. So for that, we are using the AI platforms, which assist the enterprises in the development, management, deployment. So by applying machine learning, deep learning models at your end. Okay. So this is the major, before we'll see the things. So this is a major research area. So suppose if you are very interested, so you can take this title as your research and take the journal papers, go through the journal papers, identify the problems, then you have to register your PhD. So with the PhD only, so how the way, so we are in the safe state or not. Okay, so that will be identified. So because of the researchers, young researchers, okay, so the growing of the young researchers uh, uh, along with the field of AI. So in the domain cyber security, so we have to identify the problems and provide more security and detect the malfunctions and provide the responses, and we have to recover from the cyber attacks. Okay. So what are all the types of AA we are having? So normally the types of AAs are narrow AA, that is a weak AA. So which is used to perform some specific tasks. Okay, so best example is your Siri, Alexa. So they are comes under the category of narrow AA. So next we are having the general AA. So in that general AA, the human intelligence will be applied. So that means the AA device will act as a human, so which is used in the area of research. So there is no examples for that because we have to use number of AI tools nowadays. Okay, so notebook LM, chat GPT, Gemini AI, Copilot, then Perplexity, so Claude. So these are all comes under the general AI. Okay, so narrow AI and general AI are overcome by the super AI. So we are in the era of super AI. So beyond the human intelligence, so how the hypothetical analysis will be happen. So that will be done with the support of a super AI. Super AI. Okay. So based on the functionalities, we are having some more categories, that is the reactive machine. So there is no memory. That means there is no past history that will be fed to the device. Okay. So your IBM Deep Blue will be using that reactive machine in their company. Then the limited memory AA, so they have to use some past data, past history of data, or self-driving car is the best example, so which is also available nowadays. Then the next category is theory of mind, so it understands the human emotions. So based on that, it provides the suggestions. So experimental analysis, best example our robots. Okay, so robots will act as a theory of mind AA, so which is also used in the field of research. Then self-aware AA, so which is currently used now. So for the hypothetical analysis, the which is the main thing of which possesses the conscious consciousness of the people. Okay, so that it is called as a conscious AA. So these are all the types of AA. So your next, so that is cyber security framework. So normally we are having number of organizations. So one of the best organization for cybersecurity is NIST. So National Institute of Standards and Technologies. So which is an important organization. So their advisory organizations are also encouraging the use of more proactive and adaptive approaches by shifting towards the real-time assessment, continuous monitoring, data-driven analysis. So to identify, protect, against, detect and respond to and catalog the cyber attacks to prevent future security incidents. Okay, so I have taken this diagram from one of the reference. Okay, so one of the journal paper. So these are all the steps in that NEST cyber security follows. This is the normal framework. It identifies the risk. So what are all the solutions they have to provide? So assessment management, business environment, governance, and they have to identify the risk, then risk management strategy, then they'll, with the support of, they'll provide the solution, supply chain risk management. So after identifying that, it provides protection. Okay, so how the solutions will be applied means, so identify the management and access control, then awareness and training by providing awareness and training, then data security, information protection and processes and procedures and productive technologies they have to apply for providing protection. For detections, so what are all the things will be detected? The steps means the unwanted access, that is anomalies and events, security continuous, that will be, so any malfunctions occur, that will be monitored continuously with the support of this framework, and some detection process will be applied. So then the response step, so we are having the solution is response planning, then communication, analysis, so the mitigations and improvements. If any mitigations occurs, so how the way we have to improve the system. So that is also provided in that NIST cybersecurity framework. So finally, we have to recover from the unauthorized access or the malfunctions. So we are providing recovery planning and improvements and communications. Okay, this is the general framework, so which is followed in your cybersecurity. Then why AA in cybersecurity? Why AA in cybersecurity? So normally in the traditional security mechanisms, we are following the signature and rule based. Okay, so we are using some signatures. So whether the signatures matches or not. So based on that, we have to identify the data. So whether the data is attacked by the third unauthorized person or not. Okay, so the matches known attacks based on the signatures only, and we have to do everything manual. Okay, so manual as well as time intensive log review. So based on the log values, so system log, so whether any attack is occurred or not. Okay, then it reacts. So in hours, 2 days. So we have to identify attack in our system or in our networks. So we have to wait for a day. So then only we can identify. So our system is affected by so and so attacks. Okay, so not in a seconds. Also, so it's blind to the 0-day and novel attacks. So zero-day attack is very, very important. Nowadays, many researchers are focusing their research area zero-day attack. Okay, then high false negative rate at the scale. So these are all the things happening in your traditional security. So in order to overcome these things, so we should have AI powered security. So AI powered security will be provided based on the behavior and the anomaly based things. Okay, so any unwanted behavior occurred in our system, so we can identify. So some attacks or some causes occurred in our system. Okay, so it learns normal behavior, and based on that, so the flags will be set, so to identify the anomalies. Okay, so AI provides the automated and continuous real-time analytics. Also, it detects and scores the threats in seconds, not days or not months. Okay, so also it surfaces unknown as well as the zero-day attack patterns. So by seeing that patterns, the data patterns, so whether the zero-day attack is occurred or not. So with the support of AI tools and optimization techniques and hybridization of the AI tools, so we have to easily identify the zero-day attack as well as unknown attacks. Okay, it also improves the continuously via the feedback loops. So by applying the feedback loops, whether any malfunctions occurred in our system or not, so that will be easily identified with the support of our AI powered cyber security. Okay, so that we should need AI in cyber security. Okay, so the practical example one, we'll see AI driven anomaly detection that catches what rules are misses. Okay, so for that, the traditional detection system relies on the known signature. Okay, so for the machine learning models, instead of building a baseline of normal behavior, for every user and device. So then the flags will be statistically identifies the unusual activity in the real time. Okay. So for that, for example, in our dark race system, so they have to use the self-learning network monitoring, where the flag values employee and laptop. So if any data suddenly transferred in an unfamiliar server, so in an untimed. Okay, so before a human analyst ever looks, so that will be easily identified by the self-learning network monitoring method. Okay, so in your UBA method, so user and entity behavior analytics, so that is also used to detect the finance accounts logging and from a newly geographic and immediately requesting payroll files. Okay, so as well as we have to use some anomaly detection in that cloud workload. So there it spots a container spinning up a crypto mining processes. So that identifies the things in a second after the deployment. So in this diagram, so they have to mention the seconds. Okay. So for example, so login from a new device. So with the unusual IP, so happen at the time of 00. So with the support of your AA, so we have to identify in the second 0 2 seconds with the support of by applying some flag values. If there any deviation in the historical login pattern, so the AA identifies very fast manner. So at the second of 4, so the behavior risk score will be analyzed. So whether the score crosses the threshold value. Okay. So your UEBA, so that is user and entity behavior analytics, we have to use such a flag value as well as the risk score analytics. Okay. So at the second of 5, so the session automatically flags for setup authentication. So they have our AI tools told our user, so we are having some malfunction in our system. So try to take some authentication measures. Okay, so that is the beauty of your AI-driven method. So that automatically detect the particular problems in our system. So that we need some autonomous defense and smarter threat hunting. So from transitioning from the manual rule-based direction to self-learning predictive AI architecture that outpaces the adversary automation. Okay, so by applying the self-learning and predictive AI, so we have to identify whether any adversary things are happen in our system or not. Okay, so the autonomous defense and smart threatening hunting. So we are using some important AI nowadays, agentic AI and SOC automation. Okay, so autonomous investigations will be provided with the support of these two AIs. So in your modern security operations centers, so that is SOS, leverage the AI agent to correlate the millions of alerts into unified incident storylines. So that usually doing the manual investigation times from hours to seconds. So it reduces the times. So if any attacks occur, so we have to identify in previous days, it takes days or some months. So that will be reduced, so hours to seconds. Okay. Then in the practical system, the dark race as well as the Sentinel-1, so automatically isolates the compromised endpoints. So if any compromised occurs in our system, so that will be easily identified and isolated with the support of your dark race as well as the Sentinel-1. Okay, so we have to revoke the token privileges immediately. So if any ransomware activity is detected. So how your agentic AI is different from normal AI? So in your normal AA, so we have to get an assistant, right? So what are all the prompts you are giving? So you are getting some output as related to the prompt. So you ask the answers from the regular AA. But in your agentic AA, so it can do things, not just talk about the things. Okay. So that means you have to give a goal, just to give a goal. It figure out what are all the steps, what are all the execution needed to achieve the particular goal. So for example, so if you want to book a flight ticket, okay, so in a chat GPT, so you are just giving a prompt, so where we are having the flight ticket available, so in which airplane we are having the tickets and all, so we have to search. So they are providing such an answer. Okay. So but compared to chat GPT, so when you have to give the input to your agent AI, so it provides the available tickets details as well as the link to you. Okay, so you can use the link as well as they have to book the ticket also. Okay, so that is the beauty of your agentic AI. So, but in that agentic AI, when we have to use the agentic AI, we may face a number of drawbacks. That means the hallucination is the major drawback of your agentic AI. That means it might take the wrong actions. For example, if the AI books the tickets in all the available flights, okay, so what happens? He will pay the amount the user. So that is the major drawback of your agentic AI. Okay? So we are using the 4 important steps in that agentic AI. So first one is pursuit. That means understand your goal as well as situation of the user prompt. Then based on that, it performs the plan. Okay. Then it applies the act. That means what are all the available tools are there. It searches the browsers and APIs and emails. What are all the possible things we are having in our internet www. So that will be easily provided by your agentic AI. Finally, so you, with the support of the reflection, the user can use the links and use the output. Okay, so that is the beauty of your agentic AI. The popular agentic AI is your ChatGPT, Gemini agents, Siemens agents. So for cybersecurity, we are using Palo Alto SOC agents. Okay, Palo Alto SOC agents. So next, your UEBA, that is user and entity behavior analytics. So that performs the behavior analytics. Already I told. So it provides some flag value. So based on the flag value, whether the attack is occurred or not. So based on the threshold value, so the cross limit will be, we have to provide one threshold value. So based on the threshold value, whether the adversarial happening is beyond that threshold value or not. So that will be easily identified with the support of UEBA, that is user and entity behavior analytics. So it establishes the baseline profiles for every identity and the system on the network to identify the subtle malicious deviations. Okay. Also, it detects the compromised credentials used during off hours or from novel locations. Also, it uses the flags for the lateral movement and anomalous databases queries before the data expiration occurs. Okay, it identifies the insider threats by tracking the unusual file access patterns. So, so for example, the AI wishes the how the people and the computer normally behaves. So that is the main thing of your user and entity behavior analytics. So based on that, it provides the flag values. So when something looks bad, that is, if any things, any activity or any actions occurred in a different way, so that will be denoted with the support of your UEVA. Okay. So there also we have to use the 4 important steps. One is baseline, second one is detect anomalies, then correlate, then it provides based on that correlation values, it gives alert and respond. Alert and respond. So what are all the tools in that UEBA means? So your Exabeam, so Microsoft Defender, Splunk UBA, then IBM used QRadar UBA. So they are the UEBA tools, so which are currently used now. Okay. So what the firewalls do? So we have to do the differentiation. Your firewalls and antivirus and UBA means firewall stops the outsiders. Okay, so unwanted persons could not access our system, right? So unauthorized sites, the unsafe sites could not be access. The user could not access the sites. Antivirus stops the malware, but your UEBA stops the bad humans. Okay, so bad humans. Then the combating AI-powered social engineering. So will done with the support of your NLP, that is natural language processing, and that email internet analysis. So which analyze the semantic tone, urgency, and writing style inconsistency to block generative AI. So phishing before the hinting in the inbox. So if any attacks or any unwanted things happening in our mail. So that will be identified with the support of our natural language processing. Then deep fake voice protections. So this is the biometric AI algorithms which inspects the real-time audio frequencies and synthetic voice artifacts to neutralize executing phishing and wire fraud scams. So then adaptive auth and step up verification, so which provides the high risk action, so automatically trigger the contextual setup authentication based on risk scoring of the device, network, and behavioral signals. So based on the risk score, so which provides some authentication. So in addition to the normal systems, okay, normal system security. So then the predictive vulnerability management, which is a smart remediation prioritization. So based on your CVSS score, so that means common vulnerability scoring system score. So that score overloading the teams with thousands of alerts. Okay. So AI models combines assets critically and threat intelligence feeds and active threat actor activity to forecast the real world exploit likelihood. For example, AI prioritizes the 5 critical 0-day currently targeted by the active threat, a group of out of 500 open CVs. So which saves that means 100 of engineering hours. Okay, so which provides more faster output than your traditional systems. Then we are having some two-sided SWAT, that is the adversarial to use to identify the adversarial things. So offensive AI capabilities and securing the AI surface. Okay. Then the quantifiable in ROI of AI in security. So that means the region of interest of AI in security. So the massive reduction in cost and containment time. So that is the major thing of the use of the AI in cybersecurity. So it saves how many days? 108 days in a breach life cycle. Okay. So according to the IBM's cost of the data breach report, the organization deploying extensive security AI and automation that contain breaches significantly faster. Okay, so that is the beauty of your AI. So this is the evolution. That is what the things in your legacy cybersecurity and AI-driven cybersecurity. So in the area of threat detection, so in that legacy things, we are using signature and static rule-based matching. Here, AI-driven, we are using the behavioral anomaly and pattern recognition. So in that incident response area, so in that legacy traditional systems, we are using manual analyst investigation and triage. So, but in your AI-driven cybersecurity, they are providing automated playbooks as well as agentic containment. Then your phishing defense area, in your traditional cyber security, they are using the keyword filtering and blocklist methods. But in your AI-driven cyber security, they are using NLP semantic intent and tone analysis. Then unknown threats area, in your legacy cyber security uses the Mrs. Novel 0-day exploits. AI-driven cyber security uses predicts the 0 days via the execution of the behavior changes. So the incident detection and response speed will be denoted in this slide. So when you have to use the legacy manual SOC, it takes 210 days to identify the task. When you have to use the hybrid method, so the days will be reduced so into 85 days. Again, when you have to use the AI agent in addition to the autonomous defense, so we are getting the output in 12 minutes. Okay, so that is your autonomous AI system drastically compress the breach detection as well as provides the isolation time from months down to minutes. Okay, so that means we are getting very faster response with the support of our AI. So to protect our data, Then from alert to containment in seconds, not hours. So we have to use AI registered. So that is security orchestration and automation response platform. So it does not provide the alert. So they have to act and provide some pre-approved playbooks at the moment to identify the threat as well as it confirm the threat. So this is the steps. So it first detect the threat and make the triage, then contain the threat, and finally it gives the notification to the people. Okay. So for that we have to use some tools for getting the output. then attackers using AI too, right? So every people gone through the ad nowadays from last month itself. So one man getting a call from his daughter, Daddy. So I am in jewelry shop. So I'm in need of 50,000 emergency. So can you please transfer quickly? So it's an emergency situation. Have you gone through the ad? Participants, please answer. Have you all gone through the ad advertisement? Yes,
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 ma'am.
yes. So what is the final thing in that ad? What the father says to his daughter? His daughter voice is exactly same. Okay, so that the father asked, so where are you from? So the number is different. The daughter replies that, Daddy, my phone is switched off, so that I am getting phone from some other person, so that I am giving a call to this number. So she's convincing in her daddy, so that the person. Okay, so the daughter is the attacker, so that is a third person. So main thing of that person is to get a money from that particular person. So the person is very intelligent. So who replies? So kindly provide the family code kindly give say the family code of our family. Okay. So then the person, the lady answers, family code. Family code. I am not knowing the family code. So daddy, I am in a not range in a place. So signal problem. So that I'll call next time, and she cut the call. So this is the way the attackers also using AI. Okay, so whenever, wherever we are using AI techniques to secure our data, the attackers also more brilliant compared to us, right? So they have to use many AI tools for making some problems to the data. So the best example is deepfake voice and video fraud. So which is already happened. So the finance employee receives a video call that appears to be either CFO instructing an urgent wife transfer the synthetic voice cloned from the public interviews. So openly I am saying I also affected with the digital arrest. Okay, so for the last semester during my practical exam time, I get a call from WhatsApp call. Okay, so not a normal call. So I answered. So normally I pick the call and answer, even though if any missed call is there. So he told, so your Aadhaar number and your account number is used in some other places. It's in a critical stage. So whether you used your Aadhaar and PAN in some other public places. Yes, we used our Aadhaar and PAN for taking Xerox and all. Okay, so I thought, so that person may use some other unwanted things and all. So I feared a lot. Okay, so I have to wait. So who is doing that particular digital arrest process? So I have to wait for a 1 hour time. Then only I can able to see the person. Then take the screenshot of the photo and send it to our SP office. So I said, okay, no problem. I'll inform to our SP office nearby our places. So he said, so no, don't go your police station and all. Then only I aware of that this is a digital arrest. So I also affected. Okay, so many people in our group in this FDP. So you people are participating. So some of you may affected by the digital arrest. So we have to very clever and we have to very safe nowadays. Okay. So next, the AI generated phishing at scale. So which is also happened. So they are large language models. So that draft thousands of personalized and grammatical flawless phishing emails and referencing real projects that is scrapped from the LinkedIn or press releases. Okay. Then polymorphic AI malware. So which is very emerging things. So we have to use some important techniques to identify the malicious code that rewrites its own structure on every execution and generated on the fly to avoid the signature-based antivirus. Then automated vulnerability hunting. So that the AI agents can open source dependencies continuously and weaponizing the newly disclosed CVEs faster than patches can be rolled out. Okay, so the attackers also use very intelligent way the data by using the AI tools. Okay, so next the practical examples of three. So the predicting attacks before they launch. So what are all the possible things we are happening nowadays? The sector risk forecast for the next 30 days. So retail, so they are in the rate of 62%, in that healthcare 88%, in that finance 71%, in manufacturing area 79%, energy area. So sector risk is 55%. Okay. So AI models trained on the dark web chatter, so exploit the marketplaces and historical attack data and forecast which vulnerabilities and sectors are likely to be targeted next. Okay, so these are all the important areas. So retail, so highly the attackers' main aim is to get a amount. Okay, from the retail shoppers. Okay, then healthcare. So by getting the patient information, they have to do some malfunctions. Okay, in finance area, then manufacturing. So these are all the important areas where the attacks will be occurred. So AI finds vulnerability before the attackers do. That is the thing. We have to use the AI. Okay, so the code our AI models can the software as it is written, catching the flaws that traditional static analysis tools, so which increasingly and fixing them automatically. So that code should secure code review as well as it should provide the dependency risk scanning and fuzzing at machine speed and autonomous patch generation. So that should be important for the AI to find out the vulnerabilities before the attackers do. So for doing the secure code review, the AI reviewers use the flag value as a SQL injection risk in a pull request. So before it merges and suggesting a parameters query fix. Okay, so in your UEBA, so there we are using the flag. So in addition to the SQL injection risk, so we can use the flag values to overcome the causes. Okay. Then dependency risk scanning, there AI cross references every open source library file in a build against the live exploit databases. So also ranking which updates are urgent. Then fuzzing at mission speed. So generative models that produce the millions of malformed inputs to the network protocol overnight. Then autonomous patch generations. It provides the confirmed vulnerability with the support of the AI agents. So with the minimal code, so that fix as well as do the test cases. So for the human engineer to review and approve the things. Then continuous identity verification is very much needed. So by seeing the behavioral biometrics, so if any changes in that biometrics data, so we can say so there is an attack happen. So that will be identified with the support of AI. So the AI continuously monitoring the things and provides the scores. So with the support of the score value, if the threshold, the score exceeds the threshold value, the system says we are having the thread in our system. Okay. So then adaptive access policies also used to overcome the things that means that we have to verify continuously and machine identity monitoring. Then AI security tools bring their own risks. The adversarial inputs, that means the attackers graph the traffic specially designed to look normal to detection models, slipping malicious activity past. Then model and data poisoning, then alert the fatigue in reverse, then explainability gap. So if any problems occurs, if any things happen, so the AI should bring to the system, so the system is in the state of risk. So where this is headed? So nowadays, so AI assisted analytics provides AI triggers, alerts and drafts with the support of the responses. So from the responses, the human can approve every containment section. Okay, in 2027. So the things will be somewhat extended with tier 1 autonomous response. There we have to use some routines that will well understood incidents are contained fully autonomously within the defined guardrails. So even though we are having certain security measures in that AI tools, we should have the guardrails. Okay. Then in the year 2022-29, so AI versus AI at mission speed. So the defensive and offensive AI system engage in real time. So everything will be with the support of AI. So we are going to use such a device. The human review shift to the strategy and do the auditing. So at the year of 2030, so we are going to have the self-healing infrastructure. With the support of that, the system automatically detect and patch and reconfigure themselves against the novel threats with minimal human intervention. So no need of the human interactions. The system, the device can automatically do the things. So this will be happen very soon. Okay. So these are all the things where the AI supports in the cyber security. So next we are going to see some of the AI algorithms so which are used in cyber security. So it will be used for the researchers. Okay, for the researchers purpose only, I have analyzed what are all the available algorithms in all the AI algorithms, machine learning, deep learning, every algorithms I am focusing here. So just to go through the journal papers. So based on your data and data set, which algorithm is useful for you. Okay. So after that, you can define your problem and proceed the implementation. Okay. So first one, machine learning algorithms, so which enables the system to learn the patterns from historical data and make the predictions without being explicitly programmed. So the it learns the patterns. Okay. So from that only it provides the output. So we need a training in that machine learning algorithm. So in that supervised learning, here we are having two important categories. One is supervised and unsupervised. So the labeled data set is used to classify the normal as well as the malicious activities. So what are all the common algorithms used for your cyber security is decision trees, random forest, support vector machine, logistic regression, navy base, and k nearest neighbors. Okay. So these are all the possible algorithms we are having nowadays. But which algorithm is best for your work? Okay. So you have to choose the particular algorithm and work on it. Okay. Or you have to make a hybridization of the algorithms and work on it and get the result. Okay. So before that, you should have a data set. What type of data is going to be applied in your research? So that analysis is very, very important. You can get the data set from the Google or other websites also. You can get the data set is very, very important in your cyber security. It's somewhat difficult to get the data set in the field of cyber security. Okay, we also faced a very big problem for getting the data set. So now only we get some data and process the data, and we are in the state of some implementation. We are getting some output. Okay, so not the exact output. We are doing the things. So in our research. So where the applications of your supervised learning algorithms where means in the cybersecurity field. So malware detection, spam filtering, phishing detection, intrusion detection, fraud detection. So each and every application is a different area. Okay. So you can focus any one of the things for doing research. So first of all, in your beginning state, your research thought will be a broad way. Okay. So you have to search many papers in the same field and you have to narrow down your work. Whether you are going to apply the AI in the field of malware detection or spam filtering or phishing detection or intrusion detection or fraud detection. Okay. So or any of the two. Okay. So we should not focus all the applications. Okay. So that is the very tedious thing in the research. Okay. So for example, your random forest model classifies the incoming mails as whether it is a spam or legitimate mail. Okay. Then in your unsupervised learning, so the hidden pattern finds without the labeled data. So no need to you no need to use the labeled data. So we have to use the hidden patterns. We can easily identify the hidden patterns with the support of the supervised learning. So which of the algorithms are comes under the category means K-means clustering, so DB scan, hierarchical clustering, principal component analysis. Okay. So applications also the anomaly detection, insider threat detection, network traffic analysis, unknown malware detection. So which is your area? So choose the area and choose the best algorithm. So whether it may be a k-means clustering, if you are doing some clustering in that technique in that work, so we can use k-means clustering. So otherwise you can go for the hierarchical clustering. So based on your work requirement, so you can choose the algorithm and use it wisely. Okay. So the applications already I told. Then example, the K means identifies the abnormal network traffic, so that differs significantly from normal user behavior. Okay. Then your semi-supervised learning, so we can use a very small amount of labeled data, so from the large amount of unlabeled data set. So where we can apply means your zero-day attack detection and network monitoring and threat classification. Okay. So one of my research scholar focusing on the zero-day attack detection only. Okay. So it's a very tedious process. So from the among the data set, so which of the data is affected by zero-day attack is. So to identify that thing is very tedious thing. Okay. So no need to focus the entire thing. Okay. So just to narrow down your work, which is the main thing, main objective for my research. Okay. Next, your deep learning algorithm. There you can use your neural networks with the multiple layers to learn the complex patterns. So which is based on how our neural system, human neural system works. So the common algorithms in that deep learning DL are artificial neural networks, ANN, convolutional neural networks, recurrent neural networks, and then long short-term memory algorithm, then transformers. Okay. So which algorithm is best for you? Okay. So choose them and use it in the application: malware classification, advanced threat detection, phishing website detection, network traffic analysis, user behavior analytics. So for example, LSTM, so which analyze the login sequences to detect any suspicious account activities happen. So for example, in our normally when you have to use the bad, so from that we can easily identify that. Okay. So that type of things will be focused with the support of the deep learning algorithm, that is LSTM. Then reinforcement learning. So there also, which is the best AI algorithm, that the AI agent learns the best actions. Okay, best actions by interacting with the environment and receiving the rewards or penalties. So whether you are going to get a best output or not a bad output. Okay, penalties means not saying that is the bad output. So we have to say that that is the penalty. Okay, so reinforcement algorithm, so which plays a very important role in that research. So what are all the algorithms we are having in that reinforcement learning means Q learning, deep Q network, then policy gradient models. Okay. So where we can apply these algorithms means automated cyber defense, adaptive firewall configuration, dynamic intrusion prevention, and network resource optimization. Okay. The next AI algorithm is natural language processing. So here AI understands and processing the human languages. So if you have worked in that natural language related research things, so just you can move on to use the natural language processing algorithms. The algorithms are PERT and GPT based models, named entity recognition, NER, then text classification. So where we have to use means phishing the email detection, threat intelligence analysis, and security log analysis, and dark web monitoring. So I'm providing a lot of applications which are very open to the cybersecurity research. Okay, so you can choose any one of the application and work on it. Then anomaly detection algorithms, which is used to identify the unusual patterns. So that indicate the attack is happening in our system. Okay, so the applications are insider threat detection, fraud detection, network intrusion detection, unusual login detections. The algorithms under the anomaly detections are isolation forest, one class SVM, auto encoders, local outlier factor, LOF algorithm. Then the next last AI-based algorithms are ensemble learning algorithms, which combines the multiple models to improve the prediction accuracy. Okay, so the applications where we have to use the ensemble learning algorithms means malware classifications, threat prediction, and risk assessment. The algorithms are supporting the applications are random forest, gradient boosting, XGBoost, then AdaBoost. Okay, so these are all the possible algorithms which are applied in your cybersecurity field. So next we'll see the workflow of AI-based cybersecurity. So we have to collect the secure data, then that will be under pre-process, and you have to extract the features. That is, collect security data means from the data set. So you have to apply the pre-process, then extract the features. So from the data set, all the features will not be used for your research. Okay, so which of the features are essential for your research? So from by going through or study about the number of literatures, survey papers or journal papers, then only you can have a very good knowledge about the feature selections. Okay, so then apply the algorithm by extracting the features from the data set. Then train your model, whether you can use AA or ML algorithm or real algorithms. Then identify the threats or detect the threats and classify the attacks, what type of attack occurs. Okay, then generate the alerts. Then finally you can provide some automated response through framework or some tool. Okay, then you can also provide a support of the continuous learning and improvement in a system. So for each and every research, so we are getting one. That means all the people should not entirely cover the entire problem. Okay, so something will be the limitations. So that will be comes under the category of the continuous learning and improvement. So then advantages of using AI algorithms in cybersecurity. It detects the threats in the real time and improves the accuracy as well as the false positive reductions. Then identify the unknown and zero-day attacks. Also automate the incident response. It analyzes the massive volumes of security data. It adapts to evaluating the attack techniques. Also reduce the manual workload for security teams. So even though we are using AI algorithms, we may face some challenges in that cybersecurity field. So that means the challenges are it requires the large and high quality of data sets. So I already told. So in our research, we faced nearly 1 year time. Yes. So for the identification of the correct data set. Okay. So now only my scholar identified the data set and worked on that data set. Okay. Then potential bias in the training the data, then adversarial attacks against the AS models, then high computational and infrastructure cost is needed. So that is a major challenge. Then privacy and regulatory concerns. Okay, so by applying the rules, so for that we should get some permissions also. Then the model explainability can be limited. Okay, so we should not focus all the attacks in our, which is happening in our system. We can or we might identify some of the risks. So that is the thing of research. Okay, so the model explainability can be limited. So the real world applications are so email security in that cyber security things, then endpoint protections. In that email security, how to detect the spams as well as the phishing emails using the NLP as well as the supervised learning. So in endpoint protections, so there we can use the CNN and random forest which classifies the malwares. In the network security, so k-means and isolation forest are auto encoders, so which identifies the suspicious traffic, so which occurred in that network models. Then the fraud detection applications, we how to use some methods. So that uses the ensemble learning and anomaly detections to identify the unusual transactions. So in that SOC, that is security operations centers, some AI priorities which provides alerts as well as correlates the events and provides some recommendations with the support of the responses. Okay, so these are all the real world applications. So this is the table which gives shortly about which of the algorithms we are having in the AA in the field of cyber security. So where we are applying, in which applications we are applying. So that will be given in this table. So which is very useful for you. So you can choose. So which is the best algorithm for our cybersecurity application. Then based on the things of the algorithm strength, limitations, and best use. So we are having one comparison. Your supervised learning provides high accuracy with the labeled data. That is the strength of the supervised learning. The limitation is based on the labeled data sets only. We have to work with the supervised learning. Okay. So where we have to use this, we can identify the malware, phishing, as well as the spam directions. So unsupervised learning, which detects the unknown threats, that is the strength. So the limitation is it may generate more false positives. So where we have to use this in that anomaly and intrusion detection things. In your deep learning, so deep learning algorithm, the strength is the main strength of the deep learning algorithm is it learns the complex patterns uh, which can be used in that advanced malware as well as the behavior analysis. But the limitation is the computational expensive is the major limitation of your deep learning algorithm. Then reinforcement learning. So the strength of it is adapts to changing the environments, which can be used in your automated cyber defense. So, but very complex to train the data. That is the thing of limitation of your reinforcement oral learning. Then NLP. So the main strength is it understands the text-based threats. So best use means so we can phishing and thread the intelligence, but the language dependent is a many major limitation in NLP. So in ensemble learning, so the major strength is robust and accurate, which provides the robust as well as the accurate result. So where we can use means the risk prediction as well as the threat classification area. So the major limitation is high computational cost. Okay, so with this table, so you can easily define your problem. You can easily define your area for your research and do the research. Okay. So key takeaways. So AI won't replace the security teams; it will reshape them, right? So it should not replace the security teams. So what are all the security measures we are having? So in addition to that, we are going to use the AI. So that reshapes the things. Okay. So we have to get more secure security things in addition to that. So that means detection and response are moving from hours to seconds. So we can get the response within a seconds. Okay. So the seconds may change in nanoseconds in future. So, but only for the attack patterns AI has learned. Okay, so that is a major drawback. Then attackers are adopting the same tools, so the advantages goes to whoever deploys the AI faster and more carefully. Then the human judgment stays essential for novel threats, ethical trade-offs, and explaining decision after the fact. Okay, so these are all the takeaways. So from that we can say AI won't replace the security teams. So it is used to reshape the security measures. Okay. So so that's all about my presentation. So I want to share. So this is the work of my research scholar. So he is focusing on zero-day attack. Okay, so how
Ma'am,
to
screen is not visible.
one second.
Banumathi, ma'am.
Sir, one second, one second. So next I'll show the demo
Banumathi, ma'am.
of my research
Please
scholar work.
share the
Okay.
screen.
I'll share the screen, sir. Wait.
Yes. Okay, ma'am.
So she converted into video, so some noise is coming, so that I reduced my volume. So just to go through it, okay. So how the work goes on. So what about the data set she used for her work is CACA DS data sets, and used encoders and some hybridization AI tools, AI algorithms are applied there, and finally she got some output. Okay, so it's under process. So it's a very confidential thing. So for the purpose of the practical explorations, I am showing this output to you. So don't take any screenshot. Okay, just go through the things. So in that collab only we have to implement the thing. So the data set CIDS data set is used. So first of all, she's doing the pre-processing thing. We have to do the encoding operations to the trained data. We got the encoder shapers, the output. For our work, we use the k-means clustering. From that, we are using the best fitness value. We got some output by using the k-means clustering. So this is the output for the PCA visualization of k-means clustering algorithm. So by changing the values, the PCA will be changed. So that so this is the SNE visualization diagram. We are providing the train test split data and applying the random forest classifier. First we applied k-means clustering, then we are applying random forest classifier. So from the values, what we got by applying all the algorithms, we are going to get the values, accuracy and precision and recall, F1 score, false positive and confusion matrix. That's the output. So I'm not saying this is the exact output. So we are trying. Okay, so we are training the algorithm and try to get the correct output, not the correct output, possible output. So in the research, it's a research. So we are doing searching, and finally we'll get some output. Okay, so compared to the previous already existing works. I plan to give some hands-on, so but it takes time now. So for the data set, sometimes it takes, we'll face many errors to train them and get the features and all. So that I plan to give a video. So we are applying a number of algorithms. So this is the first time we chose some algorithms. I work on that algorithm and got the output. So compared with another things like a way trial and error methods only. So we face many failures. Okay, so from the failures only, so we'll get some output as a result, fruitful result. We should ready to face number of failures, not a single failure. So the classifiers comparisons, so random forest, then XGBoost, SVM, MLP. So you are getting the values, accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 square, FPR. So this is the graph, so which provides the comparison of all the classifiers. So from the graph, we can say, so which is the best classifier. So some classifier is best for some that is metrics. Some will be best for some performance metrics. The main aim, we need to identify the zero-day attack. So the DDoS attack is count is 30559. So the remaining will be given there. So this is our implementation of a single part of our research work. Okay, I hope that it is so useful for you. Okay, so that's all from my side. So I wish you all. Okay, so learn more. So that is very, very important for the engineers. So we are the people going to change the things. So that means in the cybersecurity field. So what are all the possible things from our side? We'll try to give. Okay. So by your research or by identifying by developing some products or some applications. So anyway, so we the engineers, we have to support our society. Sir, thank you all. Happy learning.
Yes. Yeah. So participants, if you have any queries, you can ask now.
I just share the content which is general things which is available. Okay, so not getting to very deep. So each and every area is very, very important in cyber security. If I am taking any one of the part, so that takes one day to explain about the things. So if you are working on that, take the values and do the simulations or do the implementations. So it takes some time. So I just covered what are all the things we are having in future with the support of AI.
So it seems like no one is having query.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay,
since
thank
this is
you all. Happy learning.
ma'am, please be online. Since this is the last day, I request participants to share their feedback on this six-day session. Participants, feel free to share your feedback. Betsy ma'am, please unmute your mic. It's not audible.
Sir, is it audible?
Yes, now it's audible.
Okay, sir.
I mean, you can share your feedback.
Okay, sir. Is it audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. As this faculty program is going to end, I would like to thank each and everyone for attending this program. And also, I would like to thank Lord Almighty for making this program a very grand success. I thank Mr. Arul Rex, sir, and also P. Agnes Alex Radhi, ma'am, who coordinated and hosted this program for 6 days in a very successful manner. I would also like to thank all the resource persons, Mr. Dilipan sir, Mr. Ajnit sir, Miss Jaypreeta ma'am, Ajay sir, Alvin sir, and now recently Banumathi ma'am, who represented their innovative ideas according to their topic in a very successful manner. One thing I would like to share to all is keep learning, because nowadays so many tools and devices and so many updates are coming, whatever we are using, and keep learning and implement them in your projects. If you could, if not, at least you try to learn those ideas and represent it in your resource paper or whatever it may be. And also try to do at least try like analyze what is good for you. You just go through it. Don't listen what others are saying, because if they will tell and they will disappear, like you will only get suffered finally. So one thing is, you analyze which tool you are going to do, whether I am able to do this, and whether I am very fluent in it, whether I am productive in it. Like that way, you just analyze it and go through it. Okay, don't listen to others what they are saying. Okay. And once again, I would like to congratulate all the resource persons and all the participants who attended this meeting for 2 hours for every 6 days uh, in a very successful manner. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable feedback. Any other participants like to share your feedback? Can share now.
Dexter, one thing I want to say. So based on the feedback, okay. So she said, go through, go on with your mind. So what you learn, okay. So don't copy from others. Don't get words from others. Yes, correct. So study the things, okay. So every materials, every programs, every code, everything is available nowadays, okay. So first you have to take the journals first. So for your research, for your anything, okay. So if you want to do some products or some applications, something innovation, so everything you should go through the existing systems. Then only we know, so what the limitation, what the problem in the existing system, so what will be overcome, so what is the proposed one, okay, proposed thing, so we need to be give to the world, not give to the society. So that is the main thing. Take the papers, sit and study. So for the literature survey also we can use agentic AI. So that provides the vast survey, okay, vast review about the papers. So you don't need to search the papers, download the papers. Just you ask, give the correct prompt to the agentic AI or your cloud AI. So any AI tools you can use. So just to get a proper survey. So based on that survey, so just go through the survey. So don't blindly believe the AI tools also. Okay, so this is the one thing I want to say about you all. So because you people are researchers, best researchers. So some of them completed your doctorates. So some of them guiding your students. So try to ask your students to do their implementation by their own and do the journal works by their own. Upload the, identify the proper correct journals. Okay, so which journal is useful for your work? So which algorithm is useful for your work? So everything is comes based from your base paper knowledge. Okay, so base paper is nothing but not a single paper. So you should go through thousands paper. Then only it will be run down to 200 papers. From the 200 papers, you are getting some idea from your basic works in that 50 papers. Okay, so study the 50 papers. So from that papers, you can do the research. Okay. Uh, don't depend any persons. So that is the major thing. Don't get any external support is important. Okay, so don't give money and get the things. So that is not to, that means not too good, as well as you are not going to get any knowledge. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, as we come to close of the 6-day faculty development program on next generation cybersecurity, AI-driven threat detection, analytics, and defense, organized by the Department of Information Technology, St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering, Nagercoil. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed resource person, Dr. J. Banumathi, Assistant Professor, Selection Grade, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, University College of Engineering, Nagercoil, for delivering an enlightening session on future of AI in cybersecurity. Thank you, madam, for sharing your expertise, valuable insights, and practical perspectives that greatly enrich today's session. On this special occasion, we express our sincere gratitude to our correspondent for the constant encouragement, visionary guidance, and unwavering support extended towards organizing this FDP. We also convey our heartfelt thanks to our principal for his inspiring leadership and continuous motivation throughout the program. Our sincere appreciation is extended to the head of the department, Dr. A. Suja A. Alex, the organizing committee, all our distinguished resource persons, faculty coordinators, technical support team, and every individual who contributed wholeheartedly to the successful planning and execution of the 6-day program. A special word of thanks goes to all participants for your enthusiastic participation, active interaction, and commitment throughout the FDP. Your involvement made this program truly engaging and successful. Participants are kindly informed that the e-certificates will be sent to your registered email address after the verification of attendance and feedback submissions. We request you to check your email regularly over the next few days. We sincerely hope that the knowledge and skills gained during this FDP will contribute to your teaching, research, and professional growth. With heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this program a grand success, we formally declare the 6-day faculty development program concluded. Thank you all for your valuable presence, support, and cooperation. We wish you good health, continued learning, and every success in your future endeavors. Thank you. Now, I request all the participants to turn on your camera for the photo session. I request all the participants to turn on your camera for the photo session. Thank you. Participants, the feedback link is already shared.